friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be working on this baby blanket. This is my own design pattern that I've made up for you guys. And I have it's on the reverse side. There's other stuff in color work and duplicate stitches and all that on the other side. But today we're just working this pattern up. Next week's video might show you how to do the duplicate stitches. I will show you a preview of what that looks like. If you found this video in any way helpful, don't forget to leave a like. And if you want to see more fiber arts on this channel, don't forget to sub. All right, let's see the other side. Now this side I would say is for a more experienced with your machine. I would not do this if you are not so experienced with your machine. Maybe you can do a variation of these with this, with stuff that comes out, but these that are built right into the blanket, I would not say, if you are not experienced using your machine, do not try this pattern. But this one will be up next week, minus the lettering. The lettering I will show you on Pinterest where to get it if you want to make a baby blanket just like this. So we're going to be using this watermelon color here, this black here for the borders, and I will be using this light rose for the big twist. All right, these are all the colors I'm going to be using for this product. This is editing me. We also ended up using the big twist in medium rose. This is what I have left after the project is done. So 4 colors. You don't have to use this last one if you had a full skein, but I didn't have a full skein of the other one, so I ended up using a little bit of this one as well. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do a cast on row as always. I have this yarn tensioner that fits the Addi, but it also fits this imitation Addi. It's my 22 pin mini machine, and I'm just casting on with waste yarn as always. Making sure that nothing drops. Okay, we'll drop this in there. Then we need, I think this little one will do. We need a string just for a ripcord. I always put a ripcord on the bottom, not on the top, but for sure on the bottom. Okay. And we'll get this one in. Perfect. Take it off. I always like using medium tension. Okay, now we're going to be using our black. And we're going to be doing 4 panels of this. Okay, same 4 panels. Make sure you reset your counter. Unless you're going to count them. You're going to go to 192. So you're going all the way to 192. On this black. So 4 panels of this, again, like I said, so just keep going, 4 panels, and then we will show you how to cast off on this one, because we're not going to show you how to cast off on the big ones, since it's easier. This one's smaller. It is black, so it might be harder to see, but I have lighter colors here so that hopefully it'll help us see these better. Okay, so like I said, we're going all the way up to 192, and we're gonna cast off with some more waste yarn, and then we are also doing 4 of these for this project. Okay, we are getting to the end of 192, so go pretty slow at the end. I'm gonna look for that black one right there. We're gonna snip it here. You find my scissors. I'm gonna snip it here. And we are gonna add some waste yarn at the end. Put that in there. Pull that out. Put some waste yarn in here. And we're gonna just go until it's really close to the end. Grab some black fuzzies. And I don't like this to tuck into the machine, so I just take it off, pull that part off, and then I'm gonna hold the bottom of the machine to catch all these stitches. And it's off. All right, so you are gonna do 4 of those. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna put it inside out. Okay, make sure you're stretching it. And what I'm doing now, you're gonna do to all your panels. I'm just doing it on the smaller one so it's easier to show you. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now you're gonna grab your crochet hook. I like my 5, it's my favorite one. Okay, this is the middle there. I'll probably zoom in on what I'm doing, but I'm gonna keep a wide. All right, so you're gonna grab each stitch and pull it here because you're gonna do a flat panel. So grab and inside. You keep going opposite and make sure you don't miss one. I have missed 1 or 2 in the past and then have to go back and catch them before they fall and drop on my project. Okay, you're gonna do this all the way down because you only want the black on this project. At least that's how I'm doing it. Everybody can do it a different way. I just want the black. And every panel that you do for this project, I'm showing it to you now because you're going to do this same thing for this larger ones and the smaller ones. All of them are going to get closed. You're just going to have more to go on the larger ones, but make sure you're picking a color that's very contrast to the one you have on the machine. So I'm using white because I'm using black as the main color, so I can definitely see with the white one. Okay. I will let you know that if this is your first project, do not do it with the color work that I will show you in another video. Just do the colors themselves. I would not start with color work, as color work is super hard if you are new to the machine and don't know what you're doing. Okay, that should have been the last stitch. Pull that one through, and now I keep the waste yarn always, so I roll it back up and it'll be used for the next one of these. When you're picking off this last row, make sure you didn't leave any stitch behind, so I always check to see if any stitches dropped. Nope, nice, good seal. All right, now you're gonna do that same thing on the other side. But with this side, since it doesn't pull apart, you're gonna pull this pink yarn when you're finished. So I will show you, I'm not gonna show you stitching it up together, but I will show you the pull off part at the end. Okay, now that we stitched it all closed, I like to take my crochet hook, grab it here, and just pull it out. Okay, and these should fall right out. Ooh. All right, perfect. Double check that you grabbed every stitch, and you are all set. One small panel done, and you're gonna do this to all, let me see how many panels we got. We got 3 of these, no, we got 4 of these and 3 of the other ones, so all 7 panels. Okay, okay, you want to reset your counters, and the first color you're going to start off is with black. You're going to do 12 lines of black, and you're going to get to the end of row 12, and I will see you guys back here. Okay, so let's start row 12, and then we'll be back and I'll let you know where to go from there. Okay, so we are here on 12. We're going to snip it here, and we're going to go with this pink. Now, if you're not doing the Minnie Mouse pattern, which I'll probably link to later, you'll just do this main color in 33, this pink color. If you are doing the Minnie Mouse pattern, we're gonna start on level 10 and on row 10 of this new round. So go all the way to 33 on this color specific. So if you are counting the rows, let's do the math for you. So if you are doing the whole work with no color changes, you are doing up to row 45. But for everybody else, we are going up to row 22, and that's when we're going to start one line for the color work, and we're going to make ourselves easy to get success at the end. Okay, so one row up to row 22 on this light pink. Okay, okay, we're going to add the black. Tighten, tie. And we're gonna do up to row number 57. So I'll see you at the end of row 57. Okay, we are coming up to the end of row 90. There you go. We're gonna color change. We are gonna color change back into the black for another 12 rows. So you should end this row at 102. 102. Okay. Tighten, tie. And because we are already going around, we're gonna tuck the ends under there. And just make sure you're rolling so that it's not touching the bottom. All right, so you are going all the way to row 102. I will see you when we return. Okay, we are coming up to the end of row 102. There we go. Snip it here. And we are going to go back to the watermelon for this one. And we're going to do 33 more rows of this one. So we're at 102 now. We should be finished and back to you guys at 135. Make sure you are rolling your pattern. There you go. All right, so I will see you guys back here at 135. Okay, we are getting to the end of row 135. There we are. We're gonna snip it here, and you are going back to black. So we're going back to black for another 12 rounds. So we are here at 135 now. We're gonna go to 147. Remember to tighten, tie, and I'm gonna roll this up now and make sure it's underneath so it's a nice and tuck. All right, so I shall see you back at 147, guys. We're at the end of row 147, right? Okay. Let's find that white. There we go. We're gonna snip it here. Now we're going back to the light pale pink here. And if you are working the pattern with me, we are going to stop at, let me see, hold on. Okay, if you're not working the pattern, you're gonna go up to 180. If you are working the pattern with me, we are gonna stop. Hold on, right now we're at 147. Oops. We're gonna stop at row 155, and we're gonna add a little line to get us started with our next row. So everyone else, you're going to 180. Everybody who's working the pattern with me, adding the Minnie Mouse to it, you are going to 155, and then I'll meet you back at 155. Okay, so we are on 180. We're almost at the end of this row. There we go. And now we're gonna go back to black for another 12 rows. So we should be finished this at 192. Okay, guys. Attach it here, tie it there, and 192, okay? And then we are gonna cast off with a waste yarn like we did the smaller one. So finish this 192 waste yarn, and you're gonna do 2 exact patterns of this, 2 exact ones of this, and then we will work on the middle panel. All right, so 192 guys, and waste yarn at the end. Okay, remember you are going to be casting off. I use this to know where the half of my first pattern is on the blue. So I look right underneath and there's the black. That is just for me to know where the halfway point is. You don't have to do that. It is something I like to do. It's easier when I fold it in half to know where to start. Okay guys, so just use scrap yarn and cast off of the project. Make sure it's not touching the bottom. In fact, I'm gonna be rolling my product up just so it doesn't touch the floor. Make sure you don't pull that there. All right, and keep going until you're comfortable where your strings won't drop. Make sure, because this product is pretty heavy, this panel, that you catch it. Like put your hands underneath when you're on the last row so that you're using your arm to catch the product and you're not letting it fall off the machine and starting the stitches dropping. I will show you in a second because this string is just about done. Okay, and now I'm going to put my hand underneath and catch it when it falls. Come here right now. And there you go. Okay, we are going to start on the middle panel, and there's only one of these. So, and this one's going to be, start the same. You're going to start with 12 in the middle panel. Let's hold on to all my pieces and keep going. There you go. All right, so 12 on this one, and then I will see you back when it's time to color change. This one's gonna be a little different, guys, so keep along with me, and we will get through it. Okay, we are coming up to the end of row 12. I'm gonna snip this here, and this time we are starting with the darker pink for this one. So we're gonna go for 45 until the counter reaches 45, but specifically 33 on this row. So keep going, make sure you tightening and tying the ends all the time. There are gonna be lots of ends on this project. All right, so either 45 on your counter, or if you're resetting the counter every color change, 33, and we will see you back at the next color change. Okay, we are coming near the end of the row, and there's my white peg. I always tighten this and then snip it. All right, now we're going back to black. And I'm gonna start the counter resets on this one. This one is counting the whole project, and this one I'm just gonna count the rows so that I can just pay attention to this one and know when to stop. We are going 12 more rows on this one. Okay, yeah, so 12 more rows on this one, and we will see you when the next one. So the next one's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be where I embroider. This is gonna be in the second video where I embroider the other side. One side will have the lines and the other side will have the embroidery. You'll see when I get there, okay guys? So yeah, just go for 12 rows on this one, or till you get to 57 if you are counting the project as a whole. I definitely like using both my row counters because it helps me keep track of the pattern in this one and the project as a whole on this one. All right, we'll see you soon. Okay, my camera messed up, so we got the 12 here. We've done, this is the middle paddle that we did for another 33, so we got to 145. Then we did another 12 here, which got us to 57. And then this whole stack right here, this is 78 rows on its own, but you can go all the way with this color to 135. The color that we have on this one is the big twist in medium rose. I ran out of the other color, and I do like all my shades of pink, so I didn't have enough of this pink to do this one, or else I would have probably done it as the main color. But I did it in this color. You can use the other color that you were using, that lightish pink that you were doing, but I ran out of yarn, so I did it in this color. Then you do another 12 here, and then another, so that'll leave you to 147. Then you do another 33 here, which will give you 180, and then over here on the top you're at another 12. So that's what we missed in the pattern. Sorry that you got to see some of the project already stitched together, but that's what we got going. Okay, so it's time to put these together now that we've done all the pattern and all the work. You're gonna grab a stitch marker and you're gonna hold these two in place. So grab one here. Let's see if I can put the light. It's black, so it's a little harder to see, I know. And I put one at the end over here. Right, I'm gonna secure this here. Then I'm gonna grab my darning needle. We are gonna be doing a mattress stitch. I'm not gonna be able to teach you. I'm gonna show you, but if you need a better lesson in mattress stitching, I'll put down who I watched to learn how to do this in the links below. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab this side, and put my yarn through. I'll probably do a better end later, but I just want to start my yarn now. Okay, leave a bit of a tail. Now take your needle, make sure you have lots of yarn in it. I usually have enough to go straight down without stopping. And now you want to make sure you're doing the same line. So wherever your line is turned, it has to be the same way. So I'm gonna grab two from here, and then I gotta make sure that this doesn't tangle while I'm pulling the yarn through, because I have a lot of yarn to pull through. Okay, and that's one set. You're always grabbing two on the side, right? Two on the side. I'll show you little, I'll also have little tips and tricks for how I work with putting these together on darker yarn, but since I've already done this a couple of times, at this point I'm a little bit more knowledgeable. Also make sure you're always watching where the yarn came out of. So it's like kind of you want to feed it into the same place, but grab the next two bars. Okay, and then feed your yarn through, and you're gonna keep doing the same thing. See where you grab these two bars, you're gonna do the same thing, grab the next two bars. See, I know it's black and it's harder to see, but yeah, I think black is easier for to get clean, which is why I used it on this blanket. That, and it goes with the character that I have on the opposite side. So because this is a character baby blanket, I was staying in theme, and I need the black to stay in theme. So Anyway, black and pink are my favorite colors, so it works out. It works out. Anyway, so I will show you the tips and tricks in a second. But just keep going down the line, making sure you stay aligned so that when you pull, you're nice and aligned. Okay, keep going down that row, and I will show you some tips and tricks that I used. So another way I do mattress stitching is I go into the loops like normal. And I keep my pattern, like my project sideways, if that makes sense. So I open it. And put it in sideways. Now, what I do is when I tighten it, because you see this whole row needs to be tightened, I'll go in, put it flat, tighten it, and then I'll loosen these last few stitches so that I can put it back and see where I was going. So I can use the hooks like I was to keep the colors, but I can also just keep an eye on where the stitches are going just by loosening the last few stitches so I can keep it in order and make sure I'm not turning the project by accident. See, this is where my stitches, and then I'm gonna go into these two. Right, so now I can see my stitches. I stay in the same line. I don't tighten for a while, and I just keep putting them in the same stitches they were so that this is not turning and I'm still using the same lines, right? In the next two stitches. Sorry if the light is a little bright. I need to see what I'm doing, especially since some of this is in black. Right there. There you go. Yep, and so keep working your mattress stitch all the way down. Tightening every so often. I don't tighten a lot, just so that I make sure I'm on the same line. It gets harder when it's black on black, which is why I'm happy the blacks are only 12 lines now. I mean, this one's not, but the other one is, because black on black is a lot harder to do. There you go. And you're just going to keep mattress stitching all the way down until you get to the end, and then we will tie off, okay? But that's how you keep the line straight. You see, it's not twisting, it's nice and straight. All right. Okay, while doing a mattress stitch, I have a hard time keeping the line straight. So what I have taken to doing is putting the crochet needle and a darning needle, whatever you have that's light enough, so that I can pick up 2 stitches on this side and stay on the right lanes. There you go, guys, just like that. Okay, I know I forgot to tell you how to stitch this up. All right, so all the long panels are gonna go in between, right? So you start one at the edge here. Then you did the one that you did the 2 panels, those are your outer panels, so that goes here. You got the one middle panel, and then the second black panel here, then the one that you did 2, the other second one here, and then the last one and you should create this shape. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you how to put it together. I'm telling you to match or stitch it, and I forgot to tell you which ones go where. Though it should be obvious with the picture, but yeah, since you have two outer ones, only one center one, and all the fours on the corners. All right, make sure you try to align your lines. I did a piss poor job, maybe, but just make sure you align your lines at the edges, okay? Just like that. You see? Right here. Make sure that these line up. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you in any way. If it did, don't forget to leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more from the channel. Thanks for watching. Happy knitting. Bye.